This is the article I discovered this week, and I thought you guys might want to join me for the ride because AI being a hot topic at the moment. I actually came out of Microsoft, so I've come off the back of a lot of AI and a lot of AI work. But I'm also in marketing. I do work in MarTech. So as soon as I saw someone write an article that said building an AI enabled marketing team, a guide for marketing execs, I just knew I had to be on that. And I knew I had to be on that was, I don't know what I'm in for, and chances are I don't know how I'm going to feel about some of this either, because as much as I do like AI and I use AI in my day-to-day, and I don't know if any of you guys do, just let me know if you are using AI. I use it more as like a sidekick. I don't think I'd be building a team out of it, but like I'm happy to jump into this article, and I'm happy to jump in this article and actually have my mind changed, I guess, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, this article is from Jonathan Martinez. If you like his stuff, go to John for Growth. Check out his feed. He's got some really good articles on there. So whether I agree or disagree, I'd check out his work because there's some cool stuff in there as well. All right, so let's just start working through this together. And if you've got anything you want to say about it, let me know. So only 5 marketers are needed for startups generating $100 million in revenue. Yeah, I probably say that. I don't know about you guys, but I've always kind of worked on lean, nimble teams, so I've never felt the need to have like a giant group of people to do marketing. If you have good people, you have right people. Now that I've got your attention, it's time to explain why marketing teams will never look the same. Gone are the days of bloated teams of media buyers, email marketers, and designers all siloed off. Small AI-enabled teams are now the win. Yeah, I'd agree with that too. The other thing there, though, is it's all siloed off. I think half the problem in some of the companies we're in these days is that we silo everyone off rather than having these connected teams. I don't know, I think it was Google or one of those people started making squads. I'm quite a fan of the squad model. If you're a fan of the squad model or you're in one, just let me know in the chat. I'd really like to know about that. So at Postmates in 2019, we generated $300 million in revenue with a 30-person marketing team. So what's that, like 30 million per... No. Hashtag maths. That's 10 million per person. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good return if you're getting 10 million per person on your marketing team. I include 3 senior marketing execs, 8 media buyers, 5 lifecycle marketers, 2 copywriters, 2 designers, 2 data analysts, 2 social marketers, 2 brand marketers, 2 influencer marketers, 1 SEO marketer, and 1 data scientist. Now, I think the only thing we can take away from there is we just have way too many ridiculous titles. If we were scaling now, I'd be willing to bet that we had some time to output with less than 10 marketers. So they've got their head of growth, data and paid acquisition, director of lifecycle, SEO, complementary roles, and all the people working under that. And I think quite a few of you watching this might currently be in a situation like this. And apparently, according to this, we might be able to replace all that with AI. So I guess I've just said maybe your job's about to go. Example, structure, mature growth for a team of 20. So what does an AI-enabled marketing team look like? The modern marketing team will include lead, executive, creative, architect, and operator. So the lead, all right, here we go. Here's the breakdown. So what we're looking for, team. The lead, the marketing executive, the head of growth, and I've had some good ones of them. The executor, offshore marketer. Executor, isn't that like the person who like does your will? Like when someone goes, they have like an... I know this is probably about like they're executing something. Oh, jeez. Surely there's a better term than executor. Oh, well, I guess it could be executor. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's any better. It's the offshore marketer. We've got the creative, the brand and creative marketer. We've got the architect, the growth analyst or engineer, and we've got the operator, the growth operations specialist. So then that team would now look like a lead, who's your head of growth, your executor, who's doing your wills apparently. So that's pretty good. You've got your creative. I feel like there needs to be some sort of design in there, but I guess we'll get to that. Got your operator. Where's your operator coming? I totally missed that. And your architect. And then got your AI layer, which is your copywriter, your designer, your analyst, and your strategist. Anyway, how's everybody feel about this? Let me know. How's your feeling so far? My feeling is like, yeah, this is a lean team, and I reckon this could work. Whether AI can cover all that stuff well, I don't know. AI-enabled growth is a team of 5. A few consideration points. As your AI workforce grows, so does the need for brand safeguards and prompt libraries. Not all marketing teams are created equal, but this should be the basis for 90% of people. 90% should be the basis for the 90%. I'm not accounting for events, partnership roles, as they can often sit within sales. If you need living proof, I'm currently implementing this structure in my startup. Junior marketers will take on new roles in new marketing team structure. Okay, let's dive into what modern marketing team will look like. All right, layer 2, here we go, guys. Your AI employee specialist. This is what we're looking for. You need an AI strategist. Oh, I like this people. I love how these are actually like people. We're falling into this domain of, I was going to say that whole AI girlfriend realm at the moment where everyone's starting to talk to their AI. It's like it's an actual person, but it's feeling a little too close to home. And then we've got an AI strategist. Generate a weekly media plan from last month's ad performance. Cool. AI copywriter. Write 10 subject lines based on last week's open rates. Okay, yep. But anyway, generate image variants using top-performing ad templates and flag underperforming campaigns in a Slack channel and fix a suggestion. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. I have not seen great design come out of AI. I've seen some great pictures come out. I've seen some interesting copy come out, but honestly, I just reckon you can still tell. I don't think we're at that point now where we should be taking this and implementing it as an entire person inside our organizations. That's kind of how I feel about that. I think we're just running a little bit ahead of where AI actually is at. I mean, it's really just a giant It's really just a giant algebra model, and we're kind of treating it like it's a person with a fully functioning creative brain, problem-solving abilities, the ability to fail and learn. I don't think we're there yet. Just quietly, I'm not convinced it's actually ever getting to that point, but yeah, I'm happy to be changed. And don't get me wrong, I like using AI. Please don't get me wrong. All right, so I've gone through these. I'm calling these AI employees, but they should be evaluated and trained just as any human employees. No. The more time you spend enriching these AI employees with data and knowledge about your startup, the more valuable. No. It's not how this works. It's not how people work. See, the problem here is that they're kind of assuming that people are just data banks. And if you're essentially giving your employees more data and more knowledge, and that's what makes them great employees. But that's actually not it. It's way more than that. It's culture. It's human connection. It's like the whole network. It's their ability to fail and learn from that and problem solve and then repeat. You know, and I know AIs can like build on things they've done, but they just don't have that feeling of failure. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm cool with calling this employees, and I'm not cool about, you know, the more time you spend enriching these AI employees. I feel like that's just taking this way too far. Oh man, I've asked AI to summarize it. Well, that's embarrassing. It's not enough just to set an AI employee up in a few minutes and forget about it, like a real employee. Marketing teams should constantly be upskilling via new knowledge and better prompting. That can be thought of as management. No, it's thought of as just putting data into a giant lineage equation. By the way, training looks like giving your AI designer access to a database of top performing ads, tagging, creative theme and format, and prompting regularly based on real case. This sounds like it just is going to take a bucket load of work anyway. And I don't think marketing people can do half this stuff. This sounds like something you'd be getting your ML AI team to do, because now you're talking about putting data into the back end of your... I'm not completely convinced this is where this should be going. Anyway, the irreplaceable humans. So apparently if you're a creative, an operator, an architect, you're irreplaceable. But if you're a copywriter, a designer, an analyst, or a strategist, you're out. I mean, at least someone's finally clarified that, like which jobs are going. I'm personally not convinced that's correct. In some cases, I feel like a lot of marketing jobs, I can say this as someone in marketing, a lot of marketing jobs could be not replaced. They could be supported by AI. But to say that you don't need great copywriters when it's the presenting the language and the tones and I don't know. I just don't think AI can keep up with that sort of stuff. Creative. Your ideas brain. AI is only as good as the individual prompting and the ideas in their mind. I feel like this article is going to frustrate me. Okay, this statement, right? AI is only as good as the individual prompting and the and the ideas in their mind. So AI is only as good as the creative's mind. they're basically straight out saying then AI cannot compare to a human mind in this situation, which just shows that you can't just replace someone with AI. But this basically null and voids the entire argument. This is why we still have creative visionaries that lead brand thinking with ideas that touch human emotion and overall feel of campaigns. Yeah, AI just cannot feel human emotion. Sorry to break it to people. Your workforce manager. Your operator will be the manager for all your AI employees, liaisons, contract. The role is growth ops. I see I've actually got an AI manager who's working between it should evolve to managing the new AI employees. This involves interconnecting your AI employees with campaign data and your marketing knowledge base to continue. This is complicated. The architect will manage all your data, attribution, and overall connections between the infrastructure of your MarTech stack. This doesn't need to be a full-time role. Good. For example, if your startup is using CRM or they're an email service provider, this role can wait. Add this role when managing 5 integrated tools. So the architect, that's this person up here. So they'll look after that. The operator, yep, cool. So I don't think this is AI looking after AI. This is they'll manage all your AI employees. Couldn't hate the term AI employee anymore than I do right now, to be honest. Anyway, the marketing dream team. We're living in such exciting times where marketing orgs will be leaner, but at the same time, even smarter and more efficient than before. For early stage, $0 to $10 million revenue. I imagine that's probably a lot of people that are watching this at the moment. I was going to say post your revenue goals in chat, but I don't think that's really where you want to put that. But you can tell me if you like. So 1 director of growth, 1 offshore marketer, AI employees, copy design analysts. So this actually makes more sense to me. Instead of getting rid of like a decent marketing team in a larger company, I feel like this could replace some of the, I like to call it dumb work, the work that's kind of done day to day, but it's not going to replace these people who are like great thinkers, great marketing thinkers, or great with MarTech and need to implement these things. But I actually think this could be a good sort of small team to support alongside those teams, not replace those teams. This is where where I personally feel AI is most efficient, and actually where I think it'll be in the future. Like I actually think it's the support that goes next to people and helps them do their jobs better and more efficiently, but not to the point where you have to do more work. It should actually free us up time to do other tasks or just to relax and hang out with your family. I think I'm a bit worried we're going to lead into this world where AI is going to make us more efficient, but then people are going to be, well, that means you can do more stuff, right? So you can just do more stuff on top of the stuff you're already doing, because now you're twice as fast or 4 times as fast. You can do 4 more things. You can do 4 more things in the same amount of time. And that's the world I don't think we need to be in. I think we need to be in the world where AI is like helping us, but it's not replacing valuable time that we gain from using it. So right, I put that? Yeah, it'll give us time back. All right, as you grow past 10 million revenue, you can start adding a creative visionary, an operator, and an architect. Cool. Okay, good. I mean, that's a good breakdown. You don't have to have all these people. The economics. I'll scroll this slowly in case anybody wants to skim read that, but I'm not really interested in that part. I really wanted some. Okay, I've run out of article. Another big. So that apparently you're saving 1.8 million annually. If you have a 30-person marketing org. Do you have a 30-person marketing? I don't at the moment, but let's say you did, right? That's a big group of people, and at that point, I think you're probably paying too many marketers. You would save $1.8 million annually, which is quite amazing. And another big consideration point for currently bloated teams. I mean, this is a fair point. Like he's talking to currently bloated teams rather than just lean, efficient teams. Like a lot of the startups and people I know and work with are on very efficient, lean teams. So if your team's bloated, this is how they can make this transition easier. Transitioning from a 30-person team requires difficult workforce decisions. He's basically saying to lay people off. But, there's natural progression pathways that exist. Junior marketers can become operators and they can look after the AI. Data analysts can become architects. And what were architects doing back up here? Does anybody remember? Manages all the data and the attribution, the infrastructure in your MarTech stack. So they're managing all the data. Got it. That's probably a good role for them. And designers can become creatives. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean designers know heaps about marketing, but they can probably learn that stuff along the way anyway. So So this isn't a theory. I'm building it now at Growth Pair. So if you're interested in Growth Pair and knowing what John for Growth is doing, Jonathan Martinez, be sure to hit him up. I imagine he's probably got a LinkedIn, but you can check this page out on John for Growth on his Substack as well. And the companies implementing this structure now have an 18-month competitive advantage before it becomes table stakes. So he genuinely believes this is where we're going to end up. And I mean, a lot of companies probably will end up here. I mean, it's a bit of a race to the bottom at the moment for AI. This is an interesting take on it, actually straight out saying where the employees could be replaced, because there's been a lot of talk about, will jobs get replaced? Is my job getting replaced? Whose job's getting replaced? So this is kind of, I guess, an interesting take on that. The question isn't whether your team will eventually look like this. Ooh, strong statement. But whether you'll lead the transition or be forced into it. I do like that he's gone straight into it there. He's basically suggesting that this AI-enabled marketing teams, which will look like this for anyone who's joining us, that has a lead growth person, an offshore marketer, a brand creative marketer, an operator, a creative marketer, an architect who looks after all the AIs, who looks after the data, and an operator who looks after all the AIs that are running, will be the 5 people you need to run a large marketing team. And your copywriting, your design, your analyzing, your strategy will be done by AI employees. Still hate that term. I'm never getting on board with the term AI employee, just so you know. I'll have AI and I will have AI support me, but I'm not having an AI employee. Not having. But I mean, this is an interesting theory, because it's actually, if any of you out there are thinking, is AI actually going to replace my job? Like, this is actually an interesting way to, someone's actually made the call that might be coming, and it might be coming in the form of these roles. So if you are actually in one of these roles, the copywriter, designer, analyst, strategist, I mean, I would argue the strategy is often done by the head of growth, but let's say, you're doing these things. He's predicting these are the roles that are going to go, and he's basically saying that it's going to happen in the next 18 months. 18 months from now, John's predicting this is going to happen. So we are in July 25. So this would be by the end of 2026. Yeah, okay. Copywriters, designers, analysts, and strategists. End of FY 2026, this article is saying that you might be the first to go, and we might be down to these 5-person lean marketing teams using AI.